Alright, hi everybody. So in the beginning I said I would tell you everything that happens. I wouldn't leave anything out. And, well, I'm not exactly sure what's going on, but I basically lost every fish I bought except these two clownfish behind me, if you can see them. They're somewhat new. They're hardy fish, so I'm using them as a test. And I know people might not like that, but I can't find anything wrong, and my fish keep dying. My snails and crabs are fine. So I've lost my wrasse, I lost the World Grandma, I lost my flame hawkfish, I lost two Royal Grandmas. And at that time, my perimeters were perfect. Everything was spot on. Even the fish store couldn't understand it because they're fine. Ammonia was 0, nitrite was 0, nitrate was under 5, phosphate was like 0.00 at that time. It never went above 0.03. Salinity 1.025, calcium around 420 to 440, magnesium was around 1280, 1300. Alkalinity was between 8.5, 9 all the time. So, can't find a reason. The rock I used is life rock. It's dead rock. I didn't buy rock that brought in critters or nothing. I used live sand, but that was in a bag fresh. I use RODI water. I don't know what's going on. My wrasse was in the tank for 2 weeks with no problems. As soon as I introduced to the anemone, he died the next day. I don't know. I don't know if he went in it and got stung because he was a baby. He was literally like under an inch. Or he got stung, or he did just die, like all the rest. The clownfish I put in, the little one is doing fine, shows no signs of stress. The bigger one, when I put him in, was breathing heavy for the whole first day and taking rests all the time. Today's the third day. The second day he was even worse. I thought he was going to die. Today's the third day and he's better. He still rests once in a while, but he's so much better. They're eating, they're swimming to the food. Now, I had a flame hawkfish. That was now him, I shouldn't have bought him. The store only had him for 24 hours, and I think he was already weakened, but I feel like that wasn't it. When I got him, he seemed fine, but they can seem fine. And then they die a few days later because they were already stressed. I probably should have waited 4 days to buy him. I was afraid someone else might grab him and I'd miss him because he was hard to get, but whatever. I found him. You can get him online. So in the future when I'm ready, I'll order one again. So now I got the two clowns. That's it. I want to know if they survive. These are the cheapest clownfish I could find, like 13 bucks a piece. I do care about the fish. Don't think for a second that I just throw them in there and watch them die and don't care. I actually did. I lost sleep this whole past week. I was upset. I couldn't even go about my day like normal. I was so upset. It was totally distracting me because of, the deaths. I don't know what to do about it. It's driving me nuts. But now, my tank had an ammonia spike and nitrite. Now for the fish, that's not too big of a deal, but my anemone is fully closed up, and the zoanthids have closed up too. It's not dead. They're closing up because there's ammonia in the water. It's not a lot. It's 1 part per million, but you can't have any. And the nitrate's 0.25, and nitrate is about 10. Now that doesn't sound like a lot for a fish, but for an anemone and zoanthids it is. And zoanthids are very tough. I think they'll last through this. I did a 50% water change yesterday in hopes to, help. I think it did because the fish are better today. But still, even when I say these levels to a fish store, they don't see how that's harming a fish. And yet, my fish keep dying. I did check for copper. There's no copper. I'm using RODI water. It's my own filter. It's a brand new setup. It's only like 6 months old, so I know the RO filter's good. I have a TDS tester on it. It tests exactly, 0 for TDS. The DI filter is still plenty good. I just put it in there like a little over 2 months ago, and it's still all, purplish. So, I don't know. I just hope these fish survive, and when the tank zeroes out again, my NIMI reopens and everything, but I don't know. I've lost a few $100s here. It's not even about the money at this point. I'm very frustrated and upset. I've had salt water in the past for many years, and I was oblivious to everything. Testing, cycling. I literally set up a tank. I threw 5 fish in it. A puffer, an eel, clownfish, a triggerfish, all kinds of fish. They were babies at them, and none died. They were all as healthy as could be. I ended up upgrading from that was only 28 gallon. I ended up upgrading it to a 55 gallon, no cycling again. I just threw them in it, oblivious to this stuff. And they all survived, didn't even show signs of stress. They were eating through the whole thing, and they lived the whole time I had them. I ended up donating them when I closed my tank down because I was moving. So, I don't get it. I don't get it. This time, I'm testing everything, I'm checking everything, and it's just not going good. So, I'm just not sure what to think. Clownfish are right here. Probably can't see them very good. They're doing much better today. The little one has showed 0 signs of any type of stress, period. And when I acclimate these guys, I do a 1-hour drip acclimation. And I do check the water they come in to see what the alkalinity's at and everything, and the salinity to see how long I really do need to drip them. But I always do 45 minutes to an hour. I think I'm going to have to start doing longer, but problem is when they're sitting there, the water, the temperature drops. And I don't know if it's a good idea to put a heater in that or not, but you really can't until there's enough water in there. And by that time, it's almost done acclimating. So, I don't know. My tank's a little foggy now because it started going through the nitrogen cycle again. Now it's a 2-month-old tank. I slightly overfed, which is my doing. I did it on purpose a little bit just because there's things in there, critters, crabs and stuff that needed some food because there's nothing in there. And I overfed for a couple days, and it caught up with me days later, and that was my bad. I'm still learning all this stuff, and I know everything happens slow, and I'm so impatient, but that's not why the fish died. I did it right. I had 1 fish in 2 weeks' time. That's all I added. He was doing good. I added a second 2 weeks after, and that one ended up dying in 5 days. And then I added a second one after he died because I found out that fish was stressed. He actually was giving me the day they got him, and I did not know that. They didn't tell me, of course not. These fish stores, any fish stores are watching this video, you guys cannot sell fish when you just get them in. Okay, stop treating it as a product about money, because it's not. It's a living thing, and it should have time to acclimate. You should not sell something for at least 5 to 7 days after you get it. It's ridiculous. And I go to my local fish stores for help, and no one wants to help me. Like, no one wants to help in the way I need it. First off, not a single fish store around me has a tank that they can put a sick fish in. All their tanks are connected to each other. So I call, willing to pay, and ask them if they'll take my fish and anemone and everything and hospitalize it for a couple weeks, and I'll pay them for that. And so I can get my tank straightened out, and no one will take the fish. They don't want anything to do with it. They don't have fish tanks that are separate from the rest. It's like, how's that even possible? If I owned a fish store, I'd have many separate tanks, so when I get sick fish, I can treat them on their own. And if customers came in and asked, I'd be more than willing to take them. And now I run a business, and I do things for customers that other companies never do for customers. I do things that have nothing to do with my job to help out a customer. It's who I am. It's how I am. The person I am. I want to help. I want to do everything I can. Even if it has nothing to do with my job, I do heating and cooling for a living. If I'm at a customer's house and their door handle's falling off their door, I'll actually stop and tighten the nuts and the screws and tighten it up for them and fix it. And they'll thank me for it and be grateful for it. That's all I ask from these fish stores. I went in and I asked for some biological meat, some ceramic rings, like a bag of them that's been in their sump. They've got tons of it. I can see it sitting in their sumps, and they won't sell me it. I'm willing to pay for established media so I can put it in my tank and try and save my tank, and no one wants to help me. No one wants to give me the media. I don't understand. I'm willing to pay twice as much for it because it's cycled, and that they don't care. They don't care about the fish. They don't care about anything in the tank. They just don't care. And I'm sorry. And I'm showing my face here because it upsets me. It really pisses me off. It's not right. These fish are suffering, and they won't even help when they can. All they got to do is reach in, grab a handful of that ceramic ring that's cycled, put in a bag in water, and give it to me, and I'll take it home. I'll pay for it. I'll pay whatever they tell me I'll pay. Even if it's unfair, I would have paid it. Just because I needed it. And I'm a pretty nice guy here. I'm not a jerk about these things. I ask very nicely, and I get really pissed. Because people don't want to help. They just don't care. You tell them you got fish and I'm all dying. They're like, yeah, well, there's nothing we can do. I mean, really? I don't get it. I'm sorry, I don't get it. If I ran a fish store and someone came in and said what I said to them, I'd be, oh, sure, I will help you out. I will get you that media, and I would just give it to him. I won't even charge him. I just give it to him in good faith because he comes to my store and buys product. I just help him out because that's who I am. I just haven't had good luck with my local fish stores. I'm sorry. I won't say who any of them are, of course. That's not right, but sorry, I got itchy nose here. I'm lost for words. I don't even know what to say. It's very upsetting. I lost all my fish. Now I'm probably going to lose my $100 worth of anemone and zoanthids because, they did offer to take the zoanthids and anemones, I'm going to say, but the place I bought them from, they said they could take them for me and hold on to them. They're probably charging me some ridiculous fee. I don't know. I didn't even ask. But I'm just discouraged at this point. No one ever wants to help you. And the thing is, I don't even know what's going wrong. I don't know what's wrong. They want to test my water. I'll bring it in and test it, but it's all going to be fine. I have 2 test kits, 2 different brands. I test everything. Everything's fine. I can't find anything wrong. And I know the first thing all the fish stores think is this guy's testing wrong. His test kits are expired, or he's doing it wrong. I am super critical. I do everything exact. And if my test kit doesn't seem right, I'll retest that same test 5 times in a row. And if I still think it's off, I'll get my other brand test kit and test it again multiple times. I have 3 refractors. I have a refractor, I've got the hydrometer, and I just recently purchased the salinity tester for Hannah, which just works great, by the way. And my salinity's right. All right, everyone questions it. Well, is your meter correct? I'm like, I got 3 different ones. They're all reading the same thing. It's correct. I don't know what else to do. I need help. No one wants to help. I don't know a ton about this stuff. I've had a saltwater tank in the past, and I had great success. And I knew nothing and did nothing right. I did nothing right. But everything survived. I didn't even have nothing. I don't know what to do anymore. If anyone could reach out, I don't know what to do. I'm just gonna hope and pray that these 2 fish survive, and if they do, and they make another few weeks to a month, then I will buy another fish. But I can't even buy the fish I want because I don't want to spend money on an expensive fish and then they would die. And I'm so sick of death. I don't want to see it. It's such a bad thing. All right, I've been rambling for actually 15 minutes. I can't believe this. I'm just so vented. I need to vent. I'm so pissed. I don't know why people won't help. I don't get it. You have a fish store with hundreds of fish tanks. You're telling me you don't have 1 tank that you can put someone's sick fish in to try and rejuvenate it for them and help them after buying it from you and everything? I try to support my local stores, but this is why I end up ordering everything online, because I don't get the support I need. And the other thing is, the employees not knowing enough. Some fish stores got great people that know so much, and then others, They just hire people that don't know much. I know more than them, it appears. And I read and research and watch YouTube videos, and I've learned 2 months ago, I knew nothing about a coral. Nothing. I know so much about maintaining a tank now. And every time I go and ask one specific store, they can't help me because they don't know. The people I'm speaking to don't even know what I know. It's like buffer. You're not supposed to use buffer in a reef tank ever. Buffer is like a big no-no. You don't ever use it. And they're using it. I don't get it. I don't get it. I mean, and how are their tanks successful when they don't even know their perimeters? They're using buffer agents and stuff, and theirs are fine. I don't understand. I'm so lost for words. Alright, this video is long enough, guys. I'm sorry I rambled so long, but I'm just frustrated. Anyone wants to put their 2 cents in, you can, but I don't think anyone has an answer for me without actually coming out and doing other tests other than what I've done. Alright, if you guys have anything to say, anything to even add in, please do. I could take advice. I'm open for anything. I would test anything, try anything. I'll keep you guys updated. Thank you.